Hello YouTube, it's Dennis here with Advanced Trucking. Today I'm going to do a quick video on the freight markets according to DAT. Also wanted to talk a little bit about an app that some of our drivers have been using that's been helpful within booking loads. And I've found it useful where you can actually link several of the load boards into one app, which makes things a little bit easier for the drivers. So again, Advanced Trucking out of Indianapolis. Our drivers are self-dispatch, and we do have now a power only division. So today I just want to kind of go over the freight markets that are just some of the more popular ones. I had a couple emails wanting to record a video and show how things are moving, what are some of the rates that are happening right now in the areas, and so on and so forth. So today I'm going to actually look out of the Indianapolis market, the Chicago market, Memphis market, Charlotte, and Atlanta. So sorry you West Coast folks, right now we're going to kind of look at those areas, and I wanted to kind of show you what the truck to load ratios were, well, how the rates are looking. Today's date is the 11th of January of 2023. Freight does kind of drop off here the first quarter of the year, but I just want to kind of give you an idea of what we're seeing, where things are at, and kind of what the rates are looking at like right now. So anyway, so here we go. Out of Indianapolis, I am searching out of Indianapolis for van loads. Now these are van loads, and I can also pull reefer loads here too. I'll do both. This is within 75 miles of Indianapolis, and only searching 2 hours back. So the program we're using here is DAT Power. It works best on a laptop or desktop. It is not very user friendly as far as an app goes. You don't get the full benefit unless you're using a laptop or a desktop version. So as you can see here below, these are all the newest loads that are coming in. And here are some of the rates that are dry van loads out of Indianapolis within 75 miles. Again, so those of you who watch my videos, I like to look at the shortest trips for the most amount of money. So what I typically do is go in here and I shorten the trips. This is sorting by the amount of miles the trip includes. Over here is the deadhead miles from Indianapolis to wherever it's picking up. And as you can see here, you have some kind of not the greatest rates in the world, but you've got loads going that are 160 miles from Arestas to Louisville, which is, I know from experience, is going to be a red gold load. Going to Louisville, and it's paying $700. So we have also some other ones here, 850. That doesn't seem to be a bad load, but that is from Alexandria, which again is probably going to be a red gold load going to Louisville, Kentucky. Now, one question I would have for my drivers is there is not a checkbox here for the factoring company. There's no credit score listed. This would maybe a broker that we wouldn't haul for. We would have to look at their scores, how long they've been in business, and so on and so forth. As we go down here, we see some of the other rates. We've got one from Indy to Chicago. It's paying $1,100. And preload on a drop trailer, live unload in Illinois. So that would be something I would need to do, is call this broker and find out how long they need the trailer dropped, and so on and so forth. So, but that is a pretty good paying load from Indy to Chicago. Let's look at the rate, the highest rates and where they're going. We've got stuff going to Idaho here from Columbus, Indiana, for 6,200. Here it is a multi-drop, so the driver would need to kind of find out where that all is going. Here is the average rate for that lane. And so basically this one's through Fitzmark. It's obviously a big company and it's good. But anyway, so if I was booking, I would want to do my math and figure out what, if that truly is a good rate or not, and find out where these multi-drops are. So let's look in I wanted to show you Chicago. So let's see, Chicago, Illinois. I like to go 75 miles. We're going to search. All right, so in Chicago, this is what we got. We've got 1,879 loads. I do have some blocked here. There are some brokers that we just don't prefer to haul for, or they're on our do not load list. But so that gives you an idea, about 2,000 loads that are on DAT Power right now. Let's look at the highest rate. We've got some going to Seattle, Washington for 5,500. And again, that's a drop trailer load there too. It's free. Those of you that aren't on the load boards, it is a little bit frustrating because they don't give you pick times, drop times, or any more information. It just forces the dispatchers to call and to figure out what exactly the load entails. As we move down here, we've got, let's do shorter trips for the most amount of money. We've got one here going from Bolingbrook to Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. And that's RXO. So that is a big company. So I'm not sure why that's not showing up as a credit score right now. But anyway, I know they just changed from XPO to RXO, so maybe that's the issue there. But that's paying $800 for 84 loaded miles. Drop the trailer to shipper for 1 day. So anyway, so if whatever that worked for you and your truck, that might be a pretty good load to haul. Let's look down here. Let's pull up the rates. Again, 1,877 loads. Let's search trucks in the area. So I'm going to search a truck to kind of see what the capacity looks like. New load search. Let's go. Well, not load search, but Chicago. Same mileage, so we get an idea what's out there. Again, these are van loads. So you've got 760 trucks posted. So there's a lot of trucks posted up in the Chicago area within 75 miles. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to search Reefer Loads here in Chicago. Edit. Reefers. Search. Alright, so this gives you an idea of what the reefer loads are paying here. Here's one Chicago to Miami. 6,000. This broker, not sure. They've got a credit score of 97. But as we go down here, we look at a few more. Let's do shorter trips. Let's see where we're looking here. So this one right here is a decent one, Morris, Illinois to Danville, Illinois, 125 miles, pays $1,300. So keep that in mind. Again, I like the shorter runs, higher pay. But as you can see, there's a few of them on here. I know that looks like it's probably the same load. Here's one Hammond to Terre Haute, but picks up in Joliet. Not sure why it says Hammond. But anyway, you can see here it pays $1,100, 150-mile trip. So just to give you an idea on reefer loads in the area. Scroll through there so you can see them. This is one that delivers the same day. All right, that is Reefer Loads out of Chicago. Now let's go do van loads out of our next spot, which is Memphis. Today's date, let's do 75 miles again. We're going to search. All right, right now there's 485 exact matches. That's loads out at Memphis, Tennessee, within 75 miles. And as you can see here, we got a Memphis to Topeka. It's hazmat. Okay, so it gives you a little information, $2,500. We got a Memphis to Reno hazmat, 6,000. Let's do the rate. Let's check out this Memphis to Seattle. One pick, one drop, paying 7,600. Be interested in that one. That's pretty good paying load there. But again, we don't have a credit score, days to pay, so you would have to really look into this broker and make sure they're credible enough for you to haul for them. Let's move down here to, let's see this one, Memphis to Georgia. Drivers must have hazmat, 3,500 bucks. So that's good paying load there for sure. Florida, never recommend going there, but let's look at it. 3,200, must have a team truck. Memphis, Texas, team truck again, $3,000. Another one to Florida, 2,700. All right, let's do short trips. Come down here, we see some 192-mile trip listed at 700. The spot, that lane's been running at 767. So I'll scroll through here so you can kind of see what they got out of Memphis within 75 miles. All right, so that gives you an idea of van rates out of Memphis. Now let's edit the search to see what Reefer is doing out of Memphis. All right. This shows you some of the rates going out of Reefer rates out of Memphis. And what their average spot rate is. All right, let's go to the shorter trips. Again, those are what I prefer. And guys, gals, if there's a particular lane you want me to look at, shoot me an email, put it in the comments below, and we can definitely go back and do another video and kind of give you an idea of what different areas. Maybe there's a specific area that you live and you want to see what the freight looks like out of your area. All right, so let's go to Charlotte. Okay, so we've got 391 exact matches, actually with 267 more in there. So you're, I don't know, 400, 700 loads. Here's what your rates are looking like out of here. This one's got 5 stops. Going to Washington for 7,800. This one says needs an empty truck, so they're pretty desperate. So that's one that you probably could get a little bit more money on if you'd called and negotiated. All right, so I had to take a call there, so sorry. Anyway, we're still on Charlotte. We're going through the loads here, showing what the kind of the rates are right now out of Charlotte. Here is one out of Canover, North Carolina to Aurora, Colorado, 1,515 miles, 25,000 on the weight, and it's paying 4,200. Let's do the short loads here. See what's paying. Got a couple paying 700, 600. These are probably all the same load. Auto parts, delivering tomorrow morning, 600. A little weak there on the rates. But you get the idea here of what stuff's paying. We keep moving down here. Now you got to watch out for these ones that are in parentheses here. That's actually air miles, so you want to make sure you do your due diligence as far as what the actual mileage is. The good thing about DAT is it does kind of give you the miles here, and you can see where it's going. West Virginia, paying halfway decent there to West Virginia. Of course, it's sometimes a little hard to get loads out of West Virginia, but just to give you kind of an idea what's running there. All right, so let's move on to actually let's search trucks. So we've got 367 matches. Let's search trucks in Charlotte to see what the truck to load ratio is. All right, you got 218 matches. So capacity is a little tight there. Again, it's not exact science. But it will give you kind of an idea what your negotiation power is. So if I came in here and there's only 15 trucks posted, and I know that there's 700 loads, well then if I'm negotiating, I'm definitely going to use that to my advantage. So let's go in here and do a new load search van for Atlanta. So our last spot here. Go 75 miles again. We're going to search. All right, we got 568 loads right now. The rates, the top one here is through Coyote going to Oregon, $6,100. Gives you kind of an idea what's going on there. Denver. Go to Long Island there, 2450. Yeah, I don't know. Trip. Here in a minute, I'll go over the hot market map and I'll show you that. Give you kind of an idea where the hot markets are. Maybe we can do a quick search based on what pops up there. But as you can see, some of the short loads in Atlanta, they're not paying the best. But to give you kind of an idea of what's out there. All right, let's go and look at the hot market maps here and see what we find. All right, here's the red areas. So Indianapolis, and again, this is it's the prior day. So unfortunately, it is not present day, but it is yesterday's hot market map. So it gives you kind of an idea of the different areas to be. So the red is where it's hot, and the blue is cold. So if there's a specific area you want to see sometime, let me know. We don't do a whole lot of West Coast stuff. We do have a few drivers that do the West Coast, but give you kind of an idea of what these areas are looking like. So, all right. We already did Indianapolis, so that's going to be, let's go back and do Cleveland real quick. All right, we've got 623 exact matches. These are some of the top ones here. Shorter trips. Oh, good old West Virginia. Maryland. West Virginia. All right, let's go and do a search track. So we got 600 some loads. We're going to do Cleveland. 75 miles. And you got 183 exact matches. So if we go back to loads, what was it again? So you got 621 exact matches. So anyway, it gives you kind of an idea what Cleveland's looking like for today. So anyway, as promised earlier, I wanted to talk a little bit about Truck Smarter. Definitely not a paid advertisement by any means for Truck Smarter, but we did stumble across this load board. It is free, and some of our drivers are using it. You can, I don't have my plug to kind of see it on my phone, but you can, what's good about it is you can connect all the big brokerages to Truck Smarter. And again, it is free. And that way it pulls all the loads from those brokers into the app. So it's easier for you, because I know if we're booking loads and we're, going on C.H. Robinson's website, then you're going to Coyote, and then you're going to, US Express or Werner's load board. This will actually pull all of those into the app. Right now, Truck Smarter has gotten very, I guess, overwhelmed maybe, and they're not allowing just anyone to jump on board. I do have a referral code. If you're interested, send me a message, put a message down below, and I will send you the invite code so that you have that. But it is awful handy. It gives you fuel stops. And again, it does pull all the loads, not all the loads. So not every load that's on DAT pulls into here. But I will say that the larger brokerages that don't, one thing that I think folks don't realize, C.H. Robinson doesn't post every one of C.H. Robinson's loads on DAT. It's typically is only going to make it to DAT if they're really trying to cover it, or it's a last minute, fall off or something like that. So keep that in mind. Not everything out there is on DAT or Truck Stop. You want to be looking in the apps at the larger companies so that you can find more freight and have access to it. So keep that in mind. Shoot me a message or in the description, or down below, and what I'll do is give you the referral codes so that you can get into Truck Smarter. So if you have any questions, always reach out, and I appreciate your time today. Good luck.